Hey guys, Larry Elford here. We're going to look at professional investment deception, investment advisor deception, and how it turns into fraud and abuses millions of Canadians and Americans. Here's retired TD Bank CEO Ed Clark. I'll give you 30 seconds of his lead in, and we'll see if we can pick it up from there.
And so if you really do start a business model that says, my clients aren't my clients, they're really counterparties that I can make money off, you shouldn't be surprised that you're going to end up a culture that's a pretty greed culture that really doesn't do the right thing all the time because you started with a business model that's wrong.
So there's something that's pretty darn interesting to have a banker admitting that their brokers, their people they call advisors, are not treating their clients with a fiduciary duty, which is how they portray themselves. They're actually just trying to pass themselves off as fiduciaries when they're actually brokers. This is in testimony to Congress recently, August 2015. If we jump across the border to Canada and look at the investment industry regulatory body, IIROC, the Investment Industry Regulatory Organization of Canada, they talk about advisors and protecting the public and following the rules. And then on the bottom of the first page, they say they've used the general term advisor. Note that advisor is not an official approval category for individuals working at IIROC regulated firms. It's not being used in this brochure to represent an official registration category. They're admitting at the bottom page of page 1 that this is not even fairly legal under securities law in Canada. Jumping to the securities administrators, again the Canadian stuff, understanding registration, fairly well buried on the CSA page. You've got a category called a salesperson, and that category is now dealing representative under the law. And you've got a category of a person who provides advice, and that is an advising representative. And you'll find that if you search your broker at any bank investment dealer, they'll be registered as this, dealing representative. But of course, they'll be trying to pass themselves off as this, a fiduciary. So you're being treated to the world's best bait and switch. In the United States, you go to FINRA.org. That's just the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, another self-regulated body. Check out your broker. You notice they don't use the word advisor. They say check out your broker with broker check. You type in the individual or the firm. You do a search. You can find out if they're registered, their experience, that kind of stuff. But again, what they don't tell you very clearly is that they're not registered as an advisor. That's part of the bait and switch that self-regulators hide from the public. So you have to look beneath the surface to find out that you're being baited and switched with this promise of a fiduciary and the substitution of a commissioned sales broker. Moving on, the Canadian Securities Administrators go to their registration page, national registration search, type in the name of your broker, person calling themselves an advisor, or the individual, the firm name or the individual, click on search, and you will get a category that says they're a dealing representative, not an advising representative. They spell this person advisor in Canada, and in the law this person is spelled advisor with an E. So they're playing a spelling game, a misrepresentation game. They're playing as many games as possible. It's false or misleading representations, a criminal provision, Section 52 of the Competition Act. It's also deceptive marketing practices, Section 74, misrepresentations to the public. It's rampant, it's endemic, it's systemic. It's arguably fraud if you want to get into the criminal code. It's arguably Section 362, false pretenses. So please don't fall for this.
My clients, they're really counterparties that I can make money off. My clients aren't my clients.
Try to protect yourself. Come to investoradvocates.ca. Join me on my Facebook page, Investment System Fraud or Alberta Fraud, and at Recovered Broker on Twitter, and we'll try to protect investors from this kind of deception and fraud. It's really hurting your retirement, and it's really hurting our society.